Welcome back. The U.S. State Department has issued a travel warning to all Americans about a security threat in Playa del Carmen. This is in response to an explosion on a tourist ferry that injured 26 people last month. So let's talk more about this travel warning with travel journalist Maggie Espinosa. Nice to have you here, Maggie.
Thanks for having me.
All right, you travel all over the world. These travel warnings pop up everywhere you go. You wonder whether or not you should take them seriously.
Exactly.
What about Playa del Carmen? What makes this specifically such a problem?
Well, the thing about Playa del Carmen is that, as you mentioned, they had the ferry explosion in February. 26 people were hurt. A week after that, they found an undetonated explosive on another ferry. So these are the ferries that are running between Playa del Carmen and Cozumel. Then, after that, they got a security threat. So they figured with all these things going on that they need to take this seriously. So the U.S. Embassy in Mexico said that's it. No government officials can travel there, and that other people should not be traveling there.
But we're talking spring break here coming up.
I know,
and
spring break is
people
coming
go
up.
there.
Well, they do. And one thing they're saying is they say, go on the website that is travel.state.gov, okay? And you could check out to see different places in Mexico. I went on to check it out, and what they do is they rank the different countries. So, for example, number 1 is, don't worry, you know, you could go there. Number 4, do not go, like North Korea.
Yeah, don't go to North Korea. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, Libya.
Don't go on a hiking trip to North Korea. Right, Libya, exactly.
And so, anyway, they ranked Mexico on number 2, which is kind of, it's because there's kidnappings and robbery and some homicides. They ranked it. But you know what else they ranked number 2 is Italy and Belgium and China. So, you know, it's on the same par as that. So it's interesting when you read this as to what you have to see, you know?
All right, so I wonder what the Mexican authorities say about this.
Well, interesting. They insist that it's safe, you know, and they're really, you know...
Well, of course they do.
I know. They go, no, don't come.
Nothing to see here, right?
But, you know, what it is they're on the heels where their tourism is getting affected as far as different violence escalating throughout different parts of the country and the DACA situation. And so they rely on tourism, and it's slowing down. And so President Peña Nieto is coming to Playa del Carmen because he wants to show that it's safe to be at Playa del Carmen.
Yeah, well, he'll be there with an entourage of security people.
Yes, he will. Yes, he will.
With big guns, and he'll be safe.
Yeah,
But, what are alternates to places like Playa del Carmen?
You know,
I mean, I would think if I had a college-age kid, I'd go, you know what, I don't think you're going there.
Well, and you know, exactly. And the thing is also not only college kids, but other people want to take their spring break. You know, one of the places is Puerto Vallarta. I know we think, oh, Puerto Vallarta, but it was voted from Condé Nast Travelers as the number 18th best small city in the world.
Wow.
The world. And the thing is because
fantastic.
it has a culinary scene, it has an architectural scene, it's good for families, etc. They have food tours. The Guadalupe Church is beautiful.
Why would that be safe and Playa del Carmen not be safe? Is it just
it's just little sections, and it's because the cartel, you know, they'll pick different sections. And to say why is one safe and the other isn't, you know, and the thing is that if you go to Tijuana, some people say no, not safe. When you look on that travel.state, they say nope, it's fine. Rosarito, Ensenada, Tijuana, fine. But go to Puerto Vallarta. If you go there, you could stay at Puerto Vallarta Marriott, not expensive, $143 a day.
Wow.
And it's along the sandy beaches,
Puerto
etc.
Vallarta is beautiful.
They have guacamole, plus everything.
But I've heard warnings of Acapulco. Don't go to Acapulco because it's dangerous.
Yeah, and you know what? You're going to hear warnings, and that's exactly what they are warnings. But some, I think you take heed more. When you hear of explosions and et cetera, you kind of take heed more with that one. If you don't want to do Puerto Vallarta, Valley de Guadalupe. Have you gone to that?
Of course I have. The wine country?
You don't have to go far. I mean, from San Diego, it's very close. Absolutely fabulous. You could stay at Adobe Guadalupe. They have over 150 wineries. Their little town has a cheese-making shop, which has the best cheese
There's some great restaurants
ever.
there, too. Yeah.
Javier Plasencia, which is kind of their celebrity chef, has a 200-acre luxury resort
I'm
there.
thinking to myself, you have a pretty good gig here. You travel around and you get to know all these places very well.
I'm very fortunate.
How fun is that?
Very fortunate.
Now, when you see a travel warning, because you're an experienced traveler, what do you think personally? I mean, do you worry about that, or do you go to check it out because you're a journalist?
I check it out. I do check it out because I want to see what is the warning. Is it, you know, when I heard for Playa del Carmen, when I heard security threat, even though they didn't, you know, tell us what it was, and then detonated explosive,
Well, yeah.
then I do start to think, maybe I not. When I hear that, don't go to, France because there's pickpocketing, blah, blah, it's like, okay, I just need to go and be extremely aware of my surroundings, which you're going to travel that way anyway. You need to be careful.
Well, this is a great discussion. Maggie Espinosa, thanks so much, and
Thanks.
safe travels.
Thank you
we'll
very much.
see you again, I hope.
Thanks for having me.
All right, that's a pleasure.